welcome back to my channel. Today I have the 12th vlog for the Wicked challenge. I think, should I only do monthly vlogs from now on? You know, like, I end the vlog on the 30th or the 31st of the month and then I edit it, get it up. My only fear is that the vlogs will be even longer. Anyways, I have 5 books here to talk about. I'm going to show you the newest one that I got. That is the newest Olympic book. That is called Oh god, I can't fucking pronounce this. Thistle March by this one here. Look at this. It's not gorgeous. It's so beautiful. Look at that. There's something about green, blue, and yellow that is just so beautiful. Look at this. Wait till you see without the dust jacket. I think it looks almost better without the dust jacket. I'm just slightly open this up. Can you see this? Oh my god. Gorgeous. Now this also looks very nice, but have you seen this? This looks like an actual painting. Oh my god. And pages, I'll show you those as well. Hopefully short for this, obviously. So apparently this is set in the wake of World War One. And the first sentence is, fairies disappeared over 100 years ago as suddenly as slipping through a doorway. It was only the very foolish or the very determined who held out hope for their return. And it is set in World War One, so hopefully 100 years ago, give or take. Yeah, I mean, are we seeing this here? I don't know if you really saw this. There's a dragon coming out of the chimney, or a wire? Oh, what do you call it? A wire? No, really. So this is the newest book. So, that's so gorgeous. The spray edges as well. It looks like a painting. Gorgeous. Alright, and then I finished 4 books. Then, okay, so I finished the order 608, 609 of the Lustigshaftsbuch. I actually counted this one here for new release April because I forgot to order a new release for April. 609 is the newest one that came out in April. We're now May 2nd. This is why I also thought of, you know, filming just for a whole month because it's still at the beginning of the month and I just started this vlog. Maybe we'll see some. That counts for new release April. Fret not, I have ordered the new release May already. It's supposed to arrive in June, early June, but you know, we have 60 days prior and 60 days after. But yeah, April, and then this does not count for anything. This was for March. I've both of them done, which also means that I have no backlog of this anymore. I'm patiently waiting for the next one to arrive, which will be, we'll see, May 5th, which is always, like, those books are always released the day that I have to go back to the library, so it's easy to remember. Speaking of library, I finished Wicked by Gregory Maguire. This was so dark. I have never watched Wicked, either as a musical, as the movies, or I've never read it. And this was so much darker than I thought. Oh my god. And Alfie is actually so much nicer and more human than I thought. While Glinda here is, I don't want to say she's evil or bad, but she's very superficial. You know, like money and glitter and expensive things. She just looks, from what I've seen, I haven't seen the movie, right? But the Glinda looks so cute and sweet and, you know, just nice. And in the book, she's very evil, along with the 2 friends that are constantly mocking and kind of bullying Alfie. So, yeah, but I really enjoyed the book. At the end, of course, we have Dorothy from Kansas coming in, as you may know. Dorothy. It just, you know, this whole book builds up to such a big fight and, you know, like David and Goliath, basically, and then it ends the way it ends. If you know how the Wizard of Oz ends, with Dorothy and some water. It's just, I mean, obviously the author had to somehow wrap it up, and oh my god, so really? That's how the story ends of the Wicked Witch, the Wicked Witch of the East and the Wicked Witch of the West. You know what happened to her sister, right? That's what happens in the OG book. You know what happens to her. That's what happened in the OG book. So the author, like, you know, they could not stray too far off from what happened. But man, such supernatural ways of dying. It's almost funny, but I really enjoy this book. Oh my god, it's great. I hope the movies with these 2 lovely ladies here, Cynthia and Ariana, are as good as book. Also, as you can see, there's a post-it note in here because I count this for adaptations musical. I want to put it in for movies first but I realized I already had that spot taken by Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade, so Wicked is also musical. So that is counted for. So far, I have not finished a single prompt, but I'm very close to some. I'll just give you a bit of a spoiler. I want to get the 5th book in the Akuta series, which is a Court of Ash. No, what is it called? I call it the orange one, right? And that will finish off my prompt for series, and my prompt of a series staircase, and it will finish off my prompt of through the years because that one was released in 2010. That one was released in 2021, which is the last year that I need to finish that prompt. I hope they have it at the library. Please let them have it at the library, because I would finish 2 prompts with 1 book. That would be amazing. I don't know yet. I will go on Tuesday. Today is Saturday. I'm sure, like, Libby has an ebook for it. I can get my hands on it, but I would rather have the physical copy. Then last but not least, what I finished just today is Captive Prince by C.S. Packard, or Packard, I have no idea how you said it. In the velvet cover here. Okay. This was definitely something. This is about people that keep slaves as their pets and do things to them, which the slaves cannot say no to because they're slaves and they have to endure everything that's coming to them. And then you have the main character, Damon. He is actually a warrior and he's the rightful heir to the throne, but he's actually getting sold off or gifted as a present to the enemy, basically, Prince Laurent, or Laurent, however you want to pronounce it. And then Damon's step-brother took in as the new heir, kicked him out, basically, want to just make an example, right? He told everyone that the actual prince, what's his name, Damianos? Something like that, Damon, is dead. Therefore, he is the rightful heir to the throne, because the actual king is also dead. Now he needs to get rid of Damon, and he's like, you know what? Give him as a pet to the other prince. They don't like each other. Obviously, Damon is in a situation that he should not be in. Laurent is a very cocky and full of himself prince who thinks that he can do no wrong, and like he's gonna do anyways. It was okay. I would give this 2.5 stars, maybe. It's a trilogy, and I just don't care about the rest of the book. I've read it. It's under 200. It's under 300 pages. I'll put this in my my challenge, my May TBR, because apparently, according to Goodreads, I'm 14 books behind on my reading schedule, so I figured put small books in. Yeah, this was okay. I will not reread it, and I will probably sell it. However, once I did my update for HRCYED, I found that the author is from Australia. Around the World, Australia. Ticked off. Yes, I will not read this again. No. I liked the story itself, but just the fact that they actually have slaves that they can do anything to that they want to, it just doesn't sit well with me. I will not reread this, but I read it, and I got another prompt, not nowhere near done, but I have some progress on it, because, for me it's a bit harder to find Australian authors. I'm used to the typical European ones and the American ones, but the rest, I'm struggling with. Those are the 4 books I want to show you, including the new Fistal March. Is that how you say it? And so far, I can buy 1 book because I finished this one today. The others I still finished in April, but so far 1 book. I could go to Libby and get an audiobook for whatever I want. There's actually one that I have my eyes on. It's something with minimalism, and it has a yellow cover, which would finish my prompt of a rainbow, because I only need 1 yellow cover. And I'm also interested in minimalism. I don't know if you can see my backshop here, but it is full of stuff. I don't want to be like one of those extreme minimalists who only have like 2 cups and 2 glasses and 2 forks. But if I could declutter a bit, would I feel guilty of letting things go? That would be great. So I actually have my eye on that book. I think it's available. It's not on hold or anything. But I want to keep this 1 red book for a bit longer, at least until I'm at the library, because if they do not have the Aquatar book, I'll get it from Libby. I will continue to read. I'm currently reading, I can show you. This one here, Dark Rome. Das Kammerleben der Römer, so The Secret Lives of Romans. 50 pages in. Is that not? I don't have all the HRCYED challenges in my head. Is another non-fiction challenge that's going on? Would this not count for history? I have to check on that. It might count for history. One more chat. We will see. So I'll see you in the next update. Bye. Hi. Welcome back. I went to the library yesterday and I got 3 books. Now, I actually went to get the 5th book in the Ecuador series, right? A Court of Silver Flames, I think that what this was called, something like that. They didn't have it, which means that I have to go to Libby and get the ebook. It's fine, but I already have it physical. It's okay. So I turned around and I found this. Now, I really want to get a new Poirot, right? Because it's been a while since I've read one, and they're always easy and fun to read, and I have a good time with it. I never know who the culprit actually is, but I have a great time. And then I remembered the last color that I have to do for the even bigger rainbow, whatever the prompt is called, is yellow. Don't ask me how I remembered that. There are so many prompts where I don't even know what I need and what I don't need and what I have, but somehow yellow was branded into my brain. So I got this one here, 450 from Paddington. That is not a Poirot, that is a Miss Marple, but also very thin, hopefully easy to read. It's my first actual Miss Marple book that I'm reading. I hope it's good. But yeah, if I read this, the yellow cover will be done and the whole rainbow prompt will be done. So no Poirot this time, but a Miss Marple. I'm excited. It's my first. I'm a bit scared, I'm not gonna lie. But yeah, I'm curious to see. It's probably one of the most famous Miss Marple stories there is. And can you believe that I don't know what this is about? No idea. So I got this one. And then I got this. Wenn Sie wüsste by Frida McFadden. I saw this cover so many times. It's the German version. I saw this cover so many times in bookstores because it's something that I remember from this, right? You have the rather dark, luminous house in the neon writing. I think there are more books. There are more books out, I think 3 or 4, that all have the same design, right? Rather dark picture in the middle and then neon colors. Now I went past this book so many times. I thought, maybe I should get it, but I never did. And then when I read, it's somewhere over there. Dear Debbie by Frida McFadden. I want to read more. Also, I was a bit annoyed because they did not have the 5th book in the Ecuador series, and they did not have the next book in the One Piece series. So I was supposed to get 20, 21, and 22, but they did not have 20. They only had 21, they didn't even have 22. So I just figured, grab something, because I did not want to walk out with just one book. That's just not me. So I got this one, and I went to Libby to see if they have an audiobook or an ebook, in case I find it so interesting that I want to take it with me. Let's say, like, I have to go to the car workshop on Friday to get my tires changed right from winter to summer. That usually takes between half an hour and an hour. I do not want to take this whole book with me. I do not want to take a book with me in the first place. There's a long white hair. Because it's just not more comfortable sitting there and reading a book. And I especially do not want to take a library book with me because what if I damage this? So I went to Libby to see if they have the audiobook. And guess what? This is The Housemaid. You know, The Housemaid, the famous book. There's also a movie that just recently came out. I did not know that this was this. Wenn sie wüsste, if she knew, that, like, I'm sure that there's like a red herring through the whole story of if she knew in this book. I've never read it before, so I don't know, but it did not click with me that this is The Housemaid. So I got the ebook, no, I got the audiobook on Libby as well, so once I start this, and I'm intrigued, I can just listen to it on the go. So I got this one. Sadly I have the green cover already, but yeah, I cannot tell you how many times I walked past this book and not picked it up, and now I have. And then last but not least, you know, when you get to my library, they always have like shelves that are, you know, on display, like, it's either the new releases or special, like, for Black History Month. They have a lot of Black History books there, but also people of color, you know, like African American, and you know, and I don't know what the theme this time was, but they had this one here. Murakami, come on. The city and its uncertain walls, I think that's it. Stickers, of course, right on top of there. Let me see. The city and its uncertain walls. I don't know how well you can see, but on this shelf are 2 Murakami. I had another one. Pinball 78, I think. I did not like that much, so I got rid of it. This is rather new as well. Came out this, first published in this, 2025. Brand new, basically. So I got that. Only 3 books. Not the books that I wanted, but you know, like The Housemaid was on my my wish list for a while, so I'm happy I got that. And then this will finish the rainbow prompt. Just one more book. Just one more book. Maybe Miss Marple and I, we are the pair that's meant to be, and I can actually solve this riddle and this murder. Like I said, I've read one story that was back in high school, where everyone got the same book, right? It was like this big, and was like collected stories. Agatha Christie's Miss Marple and then collected stories, and we were in groups of 2, and we each had to pick one story to read and then dissect and analyze and give the moral of the story, whatever. So I think it was something with Pearl, the Pearl, or the Lost Pearl, or Pearl necklace, something with Pearl. It's definitely not this one, so I'm curious. Then what I finished, I don't know, man, this made me cry. This made me cry. If you know, you know. It's basically about I won't say boy, a man, I think 33, 35, Charlie, who was born with a low intellect, right? And he always dreamed about being smart and funny, having friends, and not people that just mock him, just being accepted in the world. Because unfortunately, when you have a what do you call it? Wrote down an intellectual disability, a lot of people don't take you for real, which fucking sucks. So yeah, there was an experiment going on with a mouse where the mouse was surprisingly smart, so he got signed up for a transplant, right? Like, I don't want to tell too much about it, but he basically got the IQ of the mouse and he became a full-on genius, which was great at first, but then he became a little too smart. You know what I mean? At one point, this is a bit of a spoiler, but he was talking to someone, a doctor or professor, and he was so shocked that the doctor does not speak Latin or ancient Greek or whatever. And I was like, why are you so shocked about that? Yeah, the person's a doctor, but do you think that every doctor speaks 7 or 8 languages? No. You know, at some point he got a bit too cocky. And then I realized, listen, the people that liked me at first don't like me anymore. Granted, there were a lot of people that took advantage of him because he's stupid and slow. But he had no friends anymore because they thought, he's too smart for us and we cannot bully him anymore, basically. So they said goodbye to him, and then, like I said, he got a bit too smart. And that some people that he thought were his new friends also did not want to hang out with him anymore. And then the mouse just slowly, as it says in the book here, begins to fade. What will happen to Charlie? I will not tell you too much. I cried towards the end, where he said, it's better to be stupid and have a lot of friends than be smart and have no friends, something like that. Right, so anyways, this counts for her kid. Can you believe it? This is a disability, an intellectual disability, because at the beginning he had an IQ of 70. Sometimes when you're too smart, when you have a very high IQ, that's also not really helping your life, because you're just too smart, you know, and you talk about things that the normal people don't fully understand, and you're still kind of in your own world. Like, if you have a low IQ, you're in your own world, and if you have a extremely high IQ, you're in your own world, and you just struggle all the time. Poor dude, literally poor dude. Oh my god. But yeah, I got the disability done. I think I have 1 left, 1 or 2. I'm not sure. What I'm currently reading, I just edited the May TBR that should go up sometime soon. Dark Rome, the Secret Life of Romans. When I filmed my TBR, I was on page 20. I'm now on page 185. And you know, if you take the additional information and if you take all that away, it's just this much left. This much left to read. It's not that much. This is good. This is actually very nice. You get. Did you know that they had I don't know what you would call it in English. Curse plates, maybe. Hold on. This is a picture of it. I cannot find it right now. Hello? Ah, here. Curse plates, where you wrote down that you want to curse a certain person because they're smarter than you or richer than you or whatever, and you just want to curse that person. Then you had to bury it and hope for the best. I did not know that. That is actually very interesting. So yeah, just I would say like 60 pages left. And you would think, 60 pages is not a lot, but if it's just history upon history upon history, granted there are some pictures in, but the rest is just. Yeah, it will take me maybe today and tomorrow to finish this. This will also count. I will again, tell you that when I'm done with the book, but this will count for non-fiction history. When I'm done with this, I have the campaigns of Alexander, which will also count for history. And then I'm done with the non-fiction charge. I'm so close to a lot of them. Like I said, this is the last color that I need for the rainbow. So once I'm done with this one here, even though I have a May TBR filmed, this will be the next book. And I'm gonna have a good time. This is also like, the writing is just very big in this. Please be good. Library books. There's something about the library books. And just walking into a library is just... Also, it's just a normal bookstore as well. When you walk in there, it's just like, oh yeah, books, yes. Kind of a perspective of what I'm dealing with now. Today's Wednesday. If I can finish this by tomorrow, I might start this one. Because like I said, I'm going to the car workshop on Friday. So if I start this on Thursday, I can maybe finish it while I'm at the car workshop. I think the audiobook is only like 10 hours. I don't know. I'm struggling. I feel like I should prioritize this because this counts for HRCYED. I don't know what I will count the Freedom McFadden for. But then again, I have an audiobook for this and stop talking, get to read. So I would, like, if you like some good Roman history that is not like the typical stuff, I would recommend this. I don't know if this will ever be translated into English, but if it does, get it. It's good. I love it. So yeah, you can tell. Oh, you can tell. I don't know when I will see you actually. I think when I'm done with this and the Freedom McFadden. Hi, long time no see. It has been a while since I filmed, and yeah, you can see I cut my hair and I dyed it as well. It's still wet, so. Anyways, I have a couple of things to show you here. So, I think I'm gonna start with the new books that I got. So I got, of course, Luftgestalt 610 of the Sprung von Marco Polo. So on the like following Marco Polo basically. So I get this every month. You know the drill. Then I got the new release for May. I Could Give You the Moon by Anne Liang. Gorgeous. And it's not one of those velvety covers. Oh my goodness, love it. New release for May. Need to get to this. I actually need to get to a lot of books. If the inside is beautiful, look at it. Oh, love this. So that one, and then 2 more books. All of these were counted for. I just got them. I don't know what they look like. They're secondhand. Because last month I read 3 books. Well, I read more than 3 books, but when it came to calculating how many books I've read versus how many I've gotten, I could get 3 new ones. This I got early in the month, so you know, with what I've read and what I've gotten, discount anyway. So I had 3 books as a surplus basically. So I got this one and then the 2 next ones. This one. Okay. So this is Aesop's Fables. Yeah, it's secondhand, but it looks unread. Oh no, you know what? There's a crease in this forehead. It might have been read once. This has been on my wishlist since 2014, roughly. Yeah, I wouldn't want to read this. Now, remember when I told you my goal was to collect the Penguin Black Edition things? Ever since that, even when I'm thrift shopping or so, I see classics. They are never in that format, you know. It's these or other type of classics. So I really want to collect these. And if I have books over, you know, that are canon for, I would love to get these. But apparently they're very hard to find. I don't know. So I got Aesop's Fables. Another classic that is probably very hard to read. Short chapters, sure, but you probably need quite a lot of brain capacity to read this. Got that one. And then this is the book club pick for May. Yeah, we are the 11th, May 11th. So yeah, this one here, Sheets by Brenna Thummel. It's a graphic novel, which is very, very nice. Again, this is also secondhand, but yeah, it looks a bit beat up. But it looks like it was never read. The title is Sheets, but on here it says, at the end, all that we have left is a sheet, like a bed sheet, fitted sheet. Will I cry with this? No, probably won't. So, all the new books that I got, yay, so excited. For new books that will probably not count for HRCYED, ever. Unless I make up a new category. Okay, then, 2 books that I finished. They could not be more different from each other. So, I finally finished Dark Rome. As you guess, oh my goodness. This was really good. If you're interested in a bit of darker Roman history, you know, like murder plots and poison that was used and how it was used and, you know, other very dubious dealings of certain people, usually men, because let's be clear, women did not have anything to say, usually men. I would recommend this. I don't know if you can actually get this in a translated version. This is the German one. This was really good. I enjoyed this actually quite a lot. If you're into Roman history, of course. If not, It's not for you, of course not. Then, Wenn Sie wüssten by Freedom Friend. This is The HRCYED, book 1. As you can see, I've read this. I had the physical book and I had the audiobook on Libby. 2 days, and I was done with this. 2 days. This is so good. It's so good. So we have Millie, who is a housemaid. I will not tell too much about who Millie is. Millie is a housemaid, and she gets to work with the Winchesters, or for the Winchesters, and she's a live-in mate. She gets the room right in the attic. It's the attic. Let's be clear, it's the attic. And as soon as she, like first, when she had a nice talk with the lady of the house, Nina, everything seemed fine, and Nina seemed lovely, and they seemed to get along quite well. The daughter was a little peculiar because she's always wearing those frilly dresses and all, but everything went well. And as soon as she starts working there, it's not so well anymore. It's actually divided in 3 parts. We have part 1 is Millie, part 2 is Nina, and part 3 is Millie again. And once you get to the Nina part, oh my god, blown, like mind blown. This is the second Freedom and Finn book that I've ever read in my life, and I need more. Now, I know this book 1, I think there's 2 and 3. I don't know if we will still follow Millie, because Millie at certain points was just a little too naive and too stupid, and you just want to shake her. But then all of a sudden, you know, part 1, she was like that. Part 3, it was completely different, and she was a completely different person, and she was the badass. How's that possible? This is really good. I give this 4.5 stars, I think. This I give 4 stars as well. It's a bit more specific, right? You need to be in the right mood, and you need to be interested in Rome. I would say you also need a bit of a knowledge already. It goes into detail, you know, like Nero, for example. They will tell you when he reigned or when he was the head of the Roman Empire. But you don't know that much, right? You get to know about big fire, but if you don't have any background information, it might be a little rough. So, but yeah, 4 stars, 4.5 stars. Like I said, second Freedom FM, and again a very good one. I'll put this on my to-buy list as well, because I've read it now. It will not count in my read one, buy one book, because I've read it. I don't know. I think I want to get these covers though. These are the German covers. The English or the American ones, they have like the keyhole with the eye. I like these more. I don't know what it is. Maybe it's like the dark background with the neon writing. I don't know. I like that one. Really, really. So far, 2 out of 2. Miss McFadden. I love that. So that was it. I will continue to read. I'm currently reading 450 from Paddington. I should say there's a reason why I like Poirot a bit more. Or no, there's a reason why I like Poirot more. Period. Because he's also getting older, sure, but he's much more involved in the story. Miss Marple is just ordering other people to do the job. I have an audiobook for that. I love to do immersive reading. Let me know if you like that as well. Reading the book and having the audiobook on. Then I started crafting. Can you believe it? I got a whole pack of white cardstock here because, let me show you, I've been doing some scrapbooking. Yeah, for example, what's the, there. This one as well. It's nice to listen to something and then do something else. It doesn't take a lot of, again, brain capacity to do some scrapbooking, right? So I love doing 2 things at once, especially if I can just fully relax. You know, I follow along with the story, but I can still do something with my hands and then make something. So, anyways, I will continue with Paddington. And yeah, that's it. It's me again. I forgot something. This can't for hook yet. Because this is non-fiction history. Boom! I have 1 left. Hello, welcome back to my channel. I'm here to talk about books and about the plan that I'm currently having, because I'm still 12 books behind on Goodreads. And we're almost June, which means that we're almost July and the Hook It Challenge is almost over. Yes, anyways, so let me show you the books that I finished. I have 3 here, and 2 of them count for Hook It. So I'm going to start with this one. 415 from Pendant by Agatha Christie. And this counts, of course, for the yellow cover, bigger than rainbow. The bigger rainbow, something like that. Yellow cover, which means that I have that prompt officially done. I will put it here all over my face. It is done. So nice. It's not doing much. I think for the bingo board itself, is it not right in the middle? It's not doing, like, I don't have any bingo, let alone a blackout bingo. Okay, I just finished this poem. I'm so happy about that. However, this book, this was my first Miss Marple, and I don't know. Like, I was just expecting more, because Miss Marple is such a big, prominent character in Murder Mystery. I expected more. Like, she's barely in this book, and she's always just ordering other people around to do it. It's giving me Poirot's last case. No, what was it called? Final curtain. You know, like his final case that he had, where he was just ordering other people around to do things for him. It's giving that, and also the ending. As I would have ends, because I just expected a murder mystery where you thought, who could it be? Everyone could be the culprit. Everyone could have some secrets, some dark secrets that they don't want to come out, and therefore have to kill someone. I don't know, like, I'm not really impressed with this, and I think I will stick with Poirot for the time being, because I was not feeling this at all. But I'm glad I read it. My first Miss Marple and my first yellow cover. It's been a while since I had a yellow cover, because it's such a boom-in-your-face color. I would have remembered that, so glad that's done. And then I finished this one. This was so cute. This Sheets by Brenna Thumler. This was the book club pick for May. Can you believe I read that already? It's a graphic novel. That's why I read it. That counts for Spooky Creatures Ghost, because guess what? Ghost. Like these spooky creatures, I think I have zombie and vampire left. Well, will I find those books? I have no idea. But yeah, I finished this. This was so cute. It's basically following, oh my god, what's her name? Marjorie, who sadly lost her mother, and she also has a little brother, and the father is kind of in a depression. However, the mother, before she died, she bought a wash salon, where, you know, where people bring their clothes to be washed and then they get them back, you know what I mean? And Marjorie, she's still very young and she's trying to keep that business going. However, she's also, like I said, still young. She's slightly overwhelmed with everything, with going to school as well, and with being also depressed herself because she lost her mother. So someone comes in and it's like, you know what? This business has no future ahead anymore, and it would be better if we sell it. We can build a yoga resort here, and then I will guarantee you and your family a safe spot and some place to sleep and blah blah blah. Then comes Wendell, the ghost here, who tragically died as well, because he's not really involved with the other ghosts. He's kind of the outcast, you know, people don't want to talk to him, like his sheets are always dirty, he doesn't know that you have to wash them, and he doesn't have the means to do that, whatever. And he's like, I want to leave this world, so he goes to the real world where he meets Marjorie, and they kind of bond, and Wendell, he messes up something, and he's like, you know what, I'm gonna make this right. Marjorie is the first person that actually talked to me normally, even though he's a ghost, and you know, they form a friendship, and then he comes in, Wendell, with the rest of the ghosts to kind of take revenge and to be on Marjorie's side, and I really, really enjoyed that. That was such a cute book. I think I gave this 4 stars. That was super cute. I love that. Then what I finished, Little Woman. Oh, God. I had to try the index here, the cast of who played who in the version I saw. That was with Saoirse Ronan and Florence Pugh and Emma Watson and Timothy, you know. I read this before. I read this in 2020, and my review was absolutely like, you know, like the ultimate finisher in Tekken or whatever. I reread this and listened to it, you know, simultaneously. This is so good. Beth. Like, I have watched the movie, I know what happens to Beth. And this book only goes until, well, spoiler, until the father comes back, and where Meg is about to get married. Like, well, she's not about to get married, she has to wait until Brooker has, like, the money, you know what I mean? That's where it ends. And I know that there's a second book to it, or sometimes A Little Woman actually has both books together. This is only the version where it ends at Christmas when the father comes back. Beth. Like I said, I know what happens to her. Oh man. Like, I'm so glad it did not happen in this book, because I would have busted out crying. There's that one quote that I have here. Let me just read it to you. There are many Beths in the world, shy and quiet, sitting in corners till needed, and living for others so cheerfully that no one sees the sacrifices till the little cricket on the hearth stops chirping and the sweet, sunshiny presence vanishes, leaving silence and shadow behind. I feel like there are a lot of people that can identify with this, a lot of people that just do everything for the other, but you don't ever get anything back. You're just seen as someone who's just always there, and oh yeah, she can do it, and she will do it, and blah blah, and then once you're not there anymore, people don't realize how much work you actually do and how much you actually help them until you're not there anymore. That quote really stuck with me. Yeah, you know, always in a good mood, always trying to cheer the other one up, but also, like, on the inside, you're very lonely and quiet and scared, maybe. So yeah, Beth, man, I love Beth, and Joe as well. I love that. I love spending time with this family. The mother, oh my god, the mother's MVP. Like, how does she always know the right things to do and say? It blows my mind. And I love the fact that the four girls all have completely different personalities from each other, different dreams for the future. Love it. There was a one scene where Beth goes to visit the neighbor, and she gets to play the piano, and that was beautiful. Anyways, so that was it. I'm currently, oh yeah, my goals currently. I checked a little. I made a list of books that I want to read in June, my TBR. And I put a lot of audiobooks on there. Why? Because on maybe there are a lot of audiobooks that I'm interested in that are biographies. So I have currently one I'm reading. It's by Thomas Hitzelsberger, who is a former German footballer, soccer player, whatever you call it. And he was one of the first known gay football players. He came out shortly after he retired, but still, like, he's openly gay. He's talking about it, and he's trying to make people realize that there's something wrong with being gay. Like, he's also trying to make people realize and understand that outing yourself should not be as bad as it seems. He's very open about being gay and all. And unfortunately, with football, I know myself. Like, I watch a lot of football. I've played football. I know football and football fans. A lot of them are just not as welcoming as you might think. Or maybe we have the prejudice and stereotype in our head that football fans are often homophobic, and it's often the case, unfortunately. There are some teams in this world that are openly doing Nazi salutes. Libby has a lot of audiobooks that I'm interested in that are biographies, because as you know, one of my personal goals in Hooked is the challenge yourself thing, was to read or listen to 10 autobiographies. Whether it's an autobiography or biography, I just want to get to know more about people and different fields, like athletes, singers, actors, inventors, I don't know, like whatever it is. Right? Businessmen and women, So I made a list of 7 books that I want to read in June, and if there's an audiobook available, I will actually get it from maybe, read that, and then put another book onto my TBR for June. You know what I mean? Like, let's say I have these 2 and then 2 biographies. If one biography is available, I'll take that off the list, and then I'll add this one on. And if there's not a biography, I'll take that off the list, and I'll put another one on. So, to have a rolling TBR that I will film in the beginning of June, so you will see what books I have on there. Because I don't know yet, we are May 14th. I have so many days left to listen to the audiobooks. A lot of them are rather short as well. There's one by Venus Williams, who is obviously an athlete, so that would tick off another box. Because I do watch tennis, don't know much about it, and I don't know how much the book actually focuses on her tennis career or on her private life, whatever. That will take another box off for the biographies and for the BIPOC authors. And it's only like 7 hours long, which is easily doable within, 16 days left of the month. I'll probably take that off and put something else on. And I would just be as surprised by the TBR as you are. So that's it. 3 books done. 2, which have my hook yet. This made me finish the rainbow thing. This I'm not doing anything because I read this before, but I still love it. And then this. This was beautiful. I only need to find a vampire book and a zombie book. I mean, a zombie book should be easy, right? Like, you had, like, back in days, like the whole Walking Dead craze. There are probably some books that are kind of living off of that. Yes, I'll go back to reading or listening because I have the audiobook. Bye. Hello, welcome back to my channel. It has been a very, very long time since I filmed. It is now May 31st, and I think I said in a clip before that I want to film like a whole month and then upload that. Instead of like, like when I say, oh, I finished this book last month, you don't even know when it was if I don't film a whole month, right? I could say last month, and then it was March, and then I upload the vlog in June or whatever, you don't know, right? Going forwards, and I hope that Q is doing a HRCYED 3 for this year, I will do 1 vlog per month. Now, I haven't filmed a lot because, unfortunately, sadly, my dad has passed away 2 weeks ago, and I did not feel like reading. However, I do have quite a lot of audiobooks here. If you ever had a close one pass away, there's a lot of calling people, running around, like a lot of paper that needs to be signed, and here and this, it's a lot. So I did not really pick up a book physically, but I had a lot of audiobooks going on to keep my mind at ease. Yeah, it's rough. I mean, I've known my dad for 33 years. Now I'm just gone. Anyways, I'm going to talk about books. So first things first, if we talk about this. This is the dusty Murakami one that I got from library. I did not read this. I honestly, I don't even know why I picked it up from library. I do like me some Murakami. It's, I think it's there or there. I just picked this up because it was the name. I did not get excited about this. You know, like sometimes when you get a book and you're like, oh my god, I cannot wait to read this. And this was like, yeah, you know, I know the author and I know this is a rather newish book, so let's get it. I do not want to read this. I have to go back to the library in 2 days. I just don't want. I don't want to read this. So no. Then I got a new book, Bloodbound by Alice Hunter, which is a author duo. Where are they? Hello, ladies. There. Yeah, it's a new Illumicrit book, and look how gorgeous this is. Oh my god. I thought there were actually 2 dragons, but this is like a cat dragon. So it looks like a cougar. Is that what the name is? A cougar. Or like, it looks like Bagheera from Jungle Book. Right, like a big cat. And the other one is a dragon. It seems like it's just, what the hell is going on? I don't know. But oh, this is so nice, so nice, gorgeous. Like the bottom and top are plain orange, but look at the scales. Gorgeous. That's the newest book. And then I finished one physical book. This is Adolphe by Benjamin Constant, because you know he's Belgian, so we had to speak the French one. This was okay. Like, it's basically about Adolphe, who's falling in love with a very older woman, you know, much older than he is, and she's like rich. I don't want to say she's rich and famous, but she's rich. You know, she's married into a rich family, and then she's head over heels for him, and decides to leave her very influential husband. But they cannot live with each other, and they cannot live without each other. Right? It's a very toxic relationship, to the point where I just ask myself, man, just cut it off, both of you. Go your separate ways and do not see each other again. Again, this is like the I Love You Don't Die book, where a lot of people would have benefited from therapy. I'm just saying. Yeah, it's a very short book, but it took me very long to read. I think a week, or maybe even more than a week. It's not bizarre. It was okay, but you know, you have those people that say, "Oh, if you leave me, I'm going to kill myself." Yeah. So one new physical book, one read, and then this is going back to the library unread. Because no, I'm actually, when I go back to the library, I'm trying to get some more One Piece books, because I feel like that is very easy to read and it will keep my mind again at bay. It's just a lot going on. Okay, so audiobooks. Okay, so first and foremost, I got, scoot over probably, The Legend of Elvis, which counted for HRCYED. Technically, this is not really an audiobook. It's basically like snippets of a podcast mixed together, but it was read or talked about by Bill Murray. I love Bill Murray. Who doesn't love Bill Murray? I love Bill Murray. I give this 4 stars because, yes, it was only 40 minutes long, but you had like a nice idea of his upbringing, his fame, the fandom that he still has, you know, like all the crazy girls and all, which is such a stereotype. You know, just because you like a boy band or a male singer doesn't mean you're a crazy fan, right? You can also, like, not, anyways. And also, you know, when he went to military, where he tried to actually evolve as a human being, as an artist, and he struggled with that and coming back with the music, but he did it. So yeah, it was very informative. It's only like 40 minutes long, but I like that, so I give it 4 stars. That kind of for biographies. Then I got A Mood Problem by Thomas Hitzberger, which looks like this. He is a former German football player, soccer. He was one of the first openly gay football players that I've known. He came out after he retired, but still, you know, he's very open about it, and he's also trying to get people to not be embarrassed or ashamed of being who they are and actually come out. He's never forcing them. You should never force someone to come out, but you know, he's telling people, listen, it's okay. You are who you are. You love who you love. It's okay. Unfortunately, if you know anything about football, a lot of people are very homophobic, sexist. You know, you get the deal. Yeah, he talked about his life and, you know, his realization that he's actually into men. And he was actually dating and engaged to a woman. And then, you know, it just all, he had an epiphany, basically. And it's like, you know what, I cannot do this anymore. And he just had to come out. And obviously a lot of people were questioning it. So like, why, like, are you sure? Like, why? But yeah, like, I remember so vividly well when the article came out that he was gay and people were losing their shits just for the fact that he is gay. Anyways, he also talked about, you know, like, some football players, you know, in locker rooms that was slightly homophobic. He never mentioned any names, but homophobic, and you had some football players that were actually called out by name who supported the gay community at whatever football club they were in, and then they actually transferred to a country where gay people are killed for being gay. How does that work? Also with the FIFA World Cup, they're always talking about inclusivity, and we support everyone, love who you love, and then they go play big tournaments in countries where gay people are killed. Does that make sense to you? No, it doesn't. So that also kind of a biography, and I give it 4 stars because I've always been a fan of Fitzberger. I have a Stuttgart jersey with his name on. That should tell you. And he, his left kick, he was known as hits the hammer because his left kick, oh my god, he could knock you out with that. 100%. Next book that I read or listened to, audiobook, is Strive by Venus Williams, and I only give this 2 stars. That counted for person of color and non-fiction, which means that my non-fiction challenge is done. Round of applause. This is what it looks like currently. I don't know if I can actually put the whole thing into frame because it's rather long. It's done. I got that done. Yes. I only give this 2 stars because a lot of it felt very preachy. It's basically, you have to strive to be better in terms of your eating habits, your relationship with yourself, relationship with other people, and just how you see life and how you live life. And that was a very nice tip and challenge that I'm trying to do. For 1 week, only eat fruits and vegetables of the same color. So my week starts tomorrow with red. So I got tomatoes, I got the pink lady apples that are red, I got raisins that are red. What else? Red onions. Try just to expand your horizon when it comes to food. And that I will love. But the rest is just sometimes very preachy, and it didn't really teach me anything new. I thought it would be more about her life, because I feel like her sister is the most known one, but she's also a top-notch athlete, okay, in the business and in the game for a very long time. And she has held not only her mental health up, but her physical health as well. And I want to get a bit more about that, but it felt very preachy and very repetitive as well. So only 2 stars for me, unfortunately. Then the next one, biography and again, person of color. I Know Why the Caged Bird Sings by Maya Angelou. 4 stars. I can see why some people want this book banned because, she's not holding back. It was, not only is it hard to read, right, but as a white person, hearing and knowing what people of color went through and still go through, it just, why are people like that? You literally buy people as slaves so they can do your work. They get treated very badly, they get paid very badly, they're treated like scum of the earth. I just don't get it. And then from someone like Maya Angelou, who actually lived through all of that, who witnessed all of that, who's also very unfortunate to be born as a girl, who has even less rights than men, it's just mind-boggling. Everything that she went through is heartbreaking, but this is only the first book. I think it's 5 or so. If you know where she ended up, you can do nothing else but just congratulate her, because how did she survive all of this? A lot of other people would have absolutely been broken by it and not have come back. Absolutely insane. Absolutely insane. So if you want to read a good book about the struggle in, what was it? Was it southern? The southern states of the United States? Read this book, please. Like I said, I can see why a lot of people want this book banned, because it's not putting a good light onto some people and some counties and states. Read this book, please. Read this book. 4 stars. Great. And another biography. Can you tell I'm doing the biography thing here? That was Page War by Elliot Page. That kind of for queer, transsexual, and biography. And only give this 2 stars. At some point, it's always weird reading someone else's life, right? Because it's a autobiography as well. I do not care what your mom's Tim Hortons order is, and I do not care how many times you have effed your girlfriend, or how many times you have taken a shit. We should all know less about each other, right? I thought I would get a story of how Elliot found out that he's actually, born in the wrong body, right? And then, get the transition done, and how actually manage the uprising Hollywood career and private life, and still trying to maintain it private and not go public with it. And again, with Thomas Hitzberger, for example, how some people react to it, or how we'll react to it. I want more of that. The timeline was so confusing as well. It went from let's say 2008, 2000 to 2020, then it went back to 99, and it went like, it was just all over the place. And if you're not a fan of Elliot Page, you will struggle, because there's oftentimes mentioning of, oh, 2 weeks before the premiere of this movie, or while preparing to film this movie. Like, how would I know the years? You know what I mean? Like, yes, I know about Juno, but I could not tell you at like top of my head when the movie was released. You know what I mean? Like, give me some dates. Maybe start from early age to where you are now, and not just hop all over the place. It was like, at a certain point, I'm going to be honest with you, at a certain point, I just completely zoned out, and when I played on my phone, then listened to the audiobook, and then when I fully, when I was done with the level that I played, and fully focused on the audiobook again, it didn't feel like I missed anything at all, because it was just so, like, it didn't give me anything of substance. You know what I mean? And if I have to hear about football or roller derby or any other party that you go to and name dropping other people, I will actually yell. Okay, like, I did not like this book at all. So 2 stars, and I'm not done with the biography yet. I think I need like 1 more. I'm not sure. So last book that I'm currently reading is this here, A Court of Silver Flames. That will count for series, 4+ book series, which means I'm done with it. This is the last book that's out this far, so I'm done with that. And it will also count for the years 2021, which means I'm also done with that one. I still haven't finished it. Okay, I'm like 9 hours into the audiobook. 2 prompts done, fully. Yeah, so I'm currently reading that one and listening to it. And why did nobody tell me that this is all about Nesta? I don't like Nesta. Like, someone, was it? I think it was Newton that said Nesta is a bad bitch, but the bad is being silent. I absolutely do not like her. I don't know why she has so many fans. Like, I get whatever she went through is very traumatic, but it doesn't warrant you to be a bitch to literally everyone who just wants to help you, who asks you, how is your day? What did you do today? Did you have fun? And you have been an absolute complete bitch to all of them. Like, I do not like that. Poor Cassian, like, I know, yes, the tension is there, but poor Cassian, like, why did it have to be her? Out of all the people. God, like, I just don't get it. Like, at first I was like very excited, because we have different POVs, like, because the other ones were all about Feyre and Reese and their court. And I was like, oh wow, we finally get someone else. We get Nesta and Cassian, and then it's just like, I just don't care. I just don't care. I literally don't care. That's the thing with Sarah J. Maas. We also had Throne of Glass. We read that whole book about Chaol. How do you say his name? Tower of Dawn. What was that about? I did the mistake of not reading the tandem read. I read it, the first book and then Tower of Dawn. Why did I do that? I don't know. That's just her thing. Yeah, I'm cool with that. I'm enjoying it, but it's not the best. I love me some banter between people, but at a certain point it's just too much, and Nesta needs to shut the fuck up. That's what I'm at. So, yeah, today is May 31st, which means that I will finish this vlog off right now, and I will start vlog 13 for the whole month of June. I started HRCYED on July 1st, so the next vlog will be the last. But like I said, maybe Q is doing another round, and then maybe I'm much better prepared this time. We will see. So I hope you enjoyed the vlog. I did get some reading done, and I'm happy that I'm finally having some movement in my prompts, because it's been too long since I've had any movement. There are some that I would never ever finish, because I only have 1 month left, but I tried. So I hope you enjoyed the video. Give me a thumbs up if you did, subscribe to my channel already, and it's the next one.